Welcome to Life Mastery Unleashed, the show for warriors, builders, and leaders who don't just talk about excellence, they live it every single day. If you're here to coast, this ain't the podcast. But if you're here to outgrind, outwork, and out-hustle everyone, welcome to the tribe. Before we get started, pause and go on Amazon and grab my book, Just Win the Day. All right, let's get to work. So today's episode is a cornerstone. It's not just of leadership, but it's of life. We're talking about communication, but not the fluffy, soft skills crap you hear in HR seminars. We're talking about real communication, honest, humble, caring, full of integrity. You don't just lead with your title, you lead with your communication. Okay? So what would your team say about you, about your communication style if you weren't in the room? Be honest with yourself. The risk of truth. So Abraham Lincoln surrounded himself with rivals in his cabinet, people who opposed him. He wanted truth, not yes men. During the Civil War, he was brutally honest about what was going wrong, even when it made him unpopular. That honesty forged unshakable trust with people. Ever hear of Honest Abe? So when have you told a hard truth that hurt short-term but built long-term respect? Reflect on that. Think about that. Humility. Sometimes there's strength in silence. George Washington, at the peak of power after the Revolutionary War, voluntarily gave it up, stepping away from absolute control. King George III reportedly said, "If he does that, he'll be the greatest man in the world." Guess what? He did it. And he became a legend because of the humility and discipline. Have you ever seen someone let go of ego and gain more power because of it? Like, it's almost an oxymoron, right? You think you have to be big, bad, and tough to get people to follow you. You don't. You have to inspire. Theodore Roosevelt's motto, speak softly, carry a big stick. But he always spoke truth and followed through. During a coal strike that could have crippled the nation, he mediated fairly, even when it cost him political favor, because his values weren't for sale. Integrity isn't about being perfect. It's about being consistent. Where in your life are you out of alignment because of the way you're communicating with people? A lot of times you think you're saying something that the other person understands what you're saying, but then they have this reaction that completely puts you on your heels because they heard something you said that you didn't really say. But they heard it because prior to that, you were consistently a jerk off when you speak. But now you're trying to be cool. You just have to maintain that frame. Okay, you follow this strategy. You show sincerity. You show that they matter, and you will win. Where are you lacking one of the four pillars right now? Honesty, humility, integrity, or caring? What conversations are you avoiding that would change everything for you? Finally, you don't build loyalty with hype. You build it with truth, humility, and heart. And don't forget, outgrind, outwork, out-hustle everyone. And go communicate with heart. Go communicate with your mind. Think before you speak, even if it takes longer for you to get out what you needed to say.